Morning and welcome to Horse Talk number 8, proper leading. Horses have no clue of what a training session is. The training session for them is from when you take them out of the pasture to when you return them to the pasture. That's their training session. So they're always in training. Also, you want your horse to be a good citizen, whether it's at the show or around the barn. And part of that is proper leading. And proper leading, you need to have a little bit of pressure release. You had to teach them a few things. I like to back him up, back, with my finger. As long as my finger is going, he's backing up. And then when they come, a little bit of pressure, release the pressure when he comes. They need to have a little bit of that. They also need to know a little bit of how to move off on the hand. So if I point like this, I want him to move off on that direction. Or if I want him to go in this direction, I need to point in this direction and ask him to go in that direction as well. So for proper leading, take your lead line, fold it, never wrap it. And when you wrap it, you can get it caught. The horse decides to book on you. So wrap it up in a fold, and then your horse's position should be pretty much off your shoulder. His head and neck should be there about 18-20 inches off you, and that's his relative position. That's the position he should take, and it also should be on a loose line. You know, a lot of people will say hold it at the buckle, hold it below the buckle. I say, you direct them where to go, and then you go loose line. So in this case, I'll start with a back off, and his position needs to stay where mine is. So when I'm stopped, he should be stopped. When I start to back up, I want him to back up too on a loose line. So we kept, and as long as I'm going back, he's going back. When I go forward, I want him to keep that relative position. If I turn into him on a loose line, I want that relative position of his head to remain the same wherever I turn. Again, I'll turn into you, and we'll come here, and when I stop, he needs to stop. When I back, he needs to back. And this is all on a loose line, and that's his relative position right there. Now, if he doesn't maintain it, then what you do is you need to have a little bit more control on that lead line and be able to either tug back and reprimand him with negative training, basically a little bop that says that was wrong. So if I'm walking along and he doesn't come, I add, and when he comes along, I release the pressure. Remember, it's pressure and release of pressure. Pressure is the motivator. The release of pressure is the teacher. If he falls a little behind, you might take your stick and string, give him a little tap, and move him forward. In the stop, so in the stop, you can say whoa if you want. When I come up, I'll go like this, and I'll make him stop to let him know that's his position. To the backing up, when you back him up, exaggerate it. You're asking for a little bit at a time, especially when he's new. So on the back, I usually exaggerate by raising my hands and then tapping and starting to move back. If he doesn't, then I'll come in front of him, give him some indirect pressure, and then if that doesn't work, I'll tap him and stop and relax. The release of pressure is the teacher, remember that. Okay, we'll move forward, a little pressure, and he comes in. When I turn into him, I usually put my stick like this, and if he doesn't turn, I might give a little bit of pressure, indirect pressure, just to let him know that that's where I want. And you use your lead line, if he goes too far ahead, to pull him back and say, no, this is where you need to be. And then the more you do it, the less you have to use these external pressure points. You can just ask for this, and then you can put a little pressure, and that's about it. Eventually, you should be able to just unclip it, and he'd follow you. So if I take this off, and I go like this, then he'll follow you. Without it, and then when you stop, he stop. When you back up, he backs up. Hope that helps.